Welcome back to the channel. Here I've got the Durston Expert 1 and I'm going to be doing a bit of a review on it for you. And this is my new go-to tent for 2024. With using a trekking pole tent, obviously you need your trekking poles, your pegs and your tent. With a trekking pole tent it's a lot more compact as well, as you can see. Hardly anything there. Dead easy to cram in your bag. And because I use trekking poles anyway, it works for me. So on each corner of the tent, pretty much guidelines on each corner that you can pull tension up. So you want to get these probably, I'd say, around about halfway, something like that, so you've got a bit of room to work with. So with the Durston, the main way to set it up is you want to get a nice square base. But because of where the trekking poles go, it's quite hard to work out what's square. You'll see anyway when you set it up.
Oh god.
So when you're setting it up, the first point I would say is you want to try and get this end nice and straight. Pull it out a little bit. Obviously you don't want to yank on it too much. Sum it a bit like that. And then after that, you just want to try and make your kind of a square going. Give it a bit of a tug out on this one. Take this out. Oops. And then with your last one, you should start to see the square actually form. Like so. You've got all your four corners pegged out. You've got it basically looking as square as you can. Now you want your trekking poles. So there's two ways that you can actually get in. Some people go through the vent just here, or what I prefer to do is just open the tent up a bit. It's a lot easier to see whereabouts you've got to go. And then at the top you've got perfect little hole to stick your trekking pole in. That goes in there, hold it up, pull this one out, and you want to get it pretty much as tensioned as you can. And then you just do the same on the other side. And again, same as the other side, little hole into the end. Got this side of it high already. Push it up. Lovely stuff. So now once you've got your poles in, you've got your basic shape. Make sure your top's pretty taut, nothing too crazy because you've not fully pegged it out yet. Make sure if that's good, you're onto a winner. And then you want to do your doors. Now with your doors, you want them pointing this way a bit so it kind of takes the tension off your strap, because if you have it this way, it's just going to make it harder to open and close your door compared to this way. It's a lot easier. Like so. Bit of a tug down. So once you've set it up, you want to go around and tighten all your little corners up. I actually end up tying them all off just to be safe, because I don't find they're actually the strongest. Yeah, bit of wind and they pull straight off. You have guide points all the way around, giving these a bit of tension out. Perfect. Again, this is probably where the wind's going to be hitting the most, so with this you really do notice the difference. We've got other guide ropes, one at each end. These are really important to have out. Like I say, that keeps your ridge really taut. As you look down the tent from here, you'll see exactly what I mean about it not looking straight whatsoever. So when you try to set this square up, it can set your eyes out for the first time. Another set of guide lines on the side. These are very important. They give you loads more room inside when you pull these out.
Yeah.
The one thing I love about this tent is these magnetic clips. So easy. I wish every tent had it. And yeah, you have no issues with that. You have on your inner, you actually have little clips that can go around the bottom of your trekking pole just to keep all this tensioned out. And yeah, makes a massive difference, I'll be honest. So you can actually set this tent up with your outer first and then your inner, just by taking these clips off, dead easy, straight like that, and you can pretty much just take your inner off and just clip them back on. So when you go inside the tent, dead easy clips, and again, just up here, you've got another magnetic clip. Where I find it, there it is, dead easy. So inside the tent, you haven't got a hell of a lot of room as such as inner space. I can fit my 25-inch pad in here, no problem. My length is fine. It's just the inner room that you're going to struggle with a little bit. But with that, you've got huge vestibule room. You've got one on this side, that size, and exactly the same on the other. It's just a mirror image on both sides. The headroom, I'm 6'3", so I'm a lanky bastard, and I have no problems here whatsoever with headroom. All sound, all good, touch, move, bless. So a couple of functions inside the tent. You've got, just up here, pocket, and you've got the same on the other side, just up here, two little pockets. You can fit your phone in there, head torch, things like that. You've got ventilation on both sides, you can get to just here, dead easy. Nice and easy that. So in the lying room, I'll show you if I lie down. This is me lying down in it there. Plenty of feet room. And see on my head, to be fair, still got plenty of room here. Got all this room that they say is actually meant for all your bags and what have you. Now, because of me being so long, I've got a long, wide sleeping pad. I could get all my stuff inside, but it's going to be a squeeze. I'm going to have bags all over the place. So 9 times out of 10, I end up just leaving my bag outside and just put my bag inside of a pack liner or something, just so creepy crawlies aren't going all over it. So that's the only downside I'll say with the tent, is the inner capsule room, but then you get that back with all the vestibule room. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. But for the sturdiness of the tent, that is the main reason why I bought it. I've got a Nemo Dagger Osmo, and I love that tent to bits, but when it comes to wind, I do not trust it whatsoever. I feel like just a half decent gust and it's just going to be flattened. But with this, I've had it in the Lake District and it was easily 30 to 40 miles per hour winds, and it was standing proper well, like, and I didn't even know how to set it up properly then, like, compared to now. Yeah, a big difference. Proper sturdy tent. I'll show you here. This is without even the guidelines. Like, it's pretty bomb proof, I've got to admit. As soon as you've got all the guidelines out and you can get everything proper taught out, it's bomb proof, mate. Absolute bomb proof. You can see with the squareness, so that's like the ridge line of the tent, but then the squareness of the tent's actually here. So yeah, it looks proper weird. But the one thing I do like about it as well is you can change the height on it. So if it's going to be a really breezy night, you can drop it all the way down to the floor and have it pretty much as a 4-season tent. Or if it's like a day like today, pretty muggy, not much of a breeze, you want as much ventilation as you can, you can pop it up like this and have as much ventilation as you want, pretty much. Say guarding all the sides out as well, just increases all of that. So I ended up buying the tent actually off Durston from the actual American website. So I did have to pay the income tax, I think it is. I believe that was £66, and the tent was around about 380, and that's for the Durston X Mid 1 solid with the ground sheet as well, and I got the stargazing kit, and that's just so you can actually take the fly off and just use the inner. And that's something I want to give a go at some point. So yeah, I believe altogether it was about £450, and that's to get it imported over, delivery charge and everything. So yeah, it's pretty expensive tent, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I didn't get the Dyneema one, because that was going to be probably double, and yeah, I ain't got the bank account for that whatsoever.
Durston, if you ever want to fucking give a free tent away, then
yeah, if you want to sponsor me, that'd be a 2-man Dyneema one. Yeah, I'd love that. The weight of it, I'm pretty sure it's around about 800 grams. That's with everything, with the inner, the fly, and the ground sheet, with your pegs as well. I'm going to say you're going to be just under 1 kilo, something like that. But the biggest thing that I got, the biggest reason why I got it was the pack down size compared to my dagger. With the poles, I was always taking trekking poles with me. It just meant that I had loads of room being used in my bag, compared to now I can literally just cram everything in there. I've got a 58 litre backpack, and I only really need a 38 or a 48 really.